Sean Evans, you are famous, you're rich, you don't need to be dating a star. That's my take. That's it.
But what's wrong with dating a star?
Oh, well, there's plenty.
Oh, please do tell. I'd love to know.
Lord,
Lordy, Lord,
I'd
Lord.
love
Here
to
we go.
know.
Is this the part
Unless
where
you
we
want
really
to.
talk about this?
We can talk about it.
Obviously, if you don't
can
consent to
talk
that question,
about
I
this
can
now.
revoke it,
Look,
but I'd love
hey,
to know.
I'm not actually, and my angle on this, I'm not making an actual argument against porn. I am making an argument against men dating women who are involved in sex work. And there's a couple arguments. First off, if your woman is her work, now I realize some women are involved in sex work and aren't having sex with other men. Yeah, basic standard for men. Don't date women who are fucking other men. I don't know if that's an extreme take. I think that's a pretty reasonable take for a man to have, to not be romantically or sexually involved with a woman who's fucking another man.
But what if there's no love involved?
Whether it's
I don't
for
care.
work-
I don't care if there's love. I don't care
Think
how
about-
much money
well,
she's
like,
getting paid.
Think about what you're saying. Okay, so you're saying that a guy's wife goes to an office party and like bones the coworker and then goes, but there was no love involved.
Yeah, but there was
And
no
that's
cameras.
just like they're
but there
just
was
fine
no
with
cameras
it?
either, and there was no work involved. They were at the work party, but it wasn't really like they were working.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's the same thing emotionally. You're saying that the only
Okay,
I don't
so
even know why
let's-
work.
I'm sorry.
means
Please let me
anything.
rephrase my previous statement. If they are doing it with no emotional attachment and there are cameras and it's work.
Yeah, why is work the distinction?
Because at the end of the day, if there wasn't work, you would be cheating. Yes.
Why?
Why? Because you're engaging in sexual intercourse with not
The
your
same
partner.
thing you're doing. Why is there a difference if you're
It
doing
is-
it with
So
somebody
why
filming
can't-
it or
it's
not?
It's the difference.
Because it's
What's
a
the
job.
difference?
The difference is one is you doing your job and one is you just having sex with somebody.
So your job is to cheat?
No, your job is to have sex on camera.
And if you're with somebody as a partner, why wouldn't they view that as cheating?
They're just
Well,
you
if I can
generalize
hear-
too much, man. You
If that's
generalize
in
far
my
too much.
profession, if that's the description of my profession, then how is that cheating? That is a part of my job.
What if
it's literally what I'm stepping
what if the
on
description
set
of your
to do?
what if the description of your profession was like, I don't know, to murder people?
But-
that was the
but see,
hang on,
that's the thing.
stop,
You keep
let
trying
me
to make
finish.
Analogies, and we don't have to make an analogy.
We
for this.
do.
It's cut through.
Well, we do.
No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
No, we really don't.
Okay, so we just take your word for it?
No, it's not taking my word for
Well,
it. We're
then let me
talking
make an
about a
argument,
specific
and then
topic.
you
we
can
don't have
respond.
to make analogies.
Well,
Okay, let
me
me
make an argument.
hold on. Let him make his point,
go
and
ahead.
then you
Let
can
me make an
respond.
argument, then you can respond to the argument.
I actually disagree with you on this
If
one.
your
Andrew.
job, if your
But
job,
I'll say why.
if your job was to do something which was considered immoral, let's say in this particular instance, I don't know, murdering somebody for a living or something like this, does somebody else look at that and go, well, you're not murdering people because it's your job? Does that even make sense?
Yeah.
Well, how does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Andrew, if
That makes
hold on,
perfect
let me
sense.
actually.
You call it murder, I call
hold
it-
on. Let me
hitman?
hold on.
So what
Stop.
about the
Stop.
guy
Stop.
who-
Stop.
No, I'm gonna let you
Stop.
finish.
Literally a hitman.
So Andrew, you're making the argument that it's cheating.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good for your girlfriend to be sleeping with other men, but if you willingly date a woman who does porn and she's disclosed to you and you know and you have knowledge of that she's going to be sleeping with other men, as much as I find that disgusting and repulsive, I don't think it fits the exact definition of cheating, because for me, cheating, there has to be some degree of like you're not privy to like if you're basically in an open relationship almost. I don't know if it's cheating. I think it's a terrible position for a man to be in, but I don't know if it strictly meets the definition of cheating.
You can
because
still
if,
cheat
for
in
example,
an open
hold
relationship.
on. For example,
you?
if stop, please. If you were in an open relationship with a woman, for example, and you both had a discussion about it, and she could sleep with other men, and you could sleep with other women, and she slept with another man, would that be cheating?
Mm-hmm. What would make that a relationship?
Well, it'd be an open relationship.
Yeah. What is an open relationship? It's just an immoral set of relationships.
Well, I think that's a different
Well,
conversation.
that's my
your
whole.
opinion.
But that's my point.
But that's your opinion.
My,
That's not the
my point is
correct
to look at this.
definition.
So this is what I'm looking at, right? Is the definition. So we're looking at the definition
Okay.
distinction. So I'm saying, I'm making a moral argument. What he's making is a different argument. He's talking about definitions.
But that's not what we were talking about. We weren't
But it
talking
is what
about
we're talking
morals.
about. So if you're asking, if you're cheating, right, is that bad?
Yes.
Well, then it's a moral argument. So what you're saying is this isn't cheating, so it's not immoral. So it's a moral argument.
Okay.
I just don't think any man who's confident and has self-respect would want to put himself in a relationship where other men are getting sexual gratification from his girlfriend, his wife, whatever it is.
Do you know on set it's so hard for a man to come? Like, they are not just like whipping it out and having the best time.
Get some help.
I don't even. I'm
I
not
don't even know
referring
what.
to,
That's such a non sequitur.
sequitur,
How is
yeah.
that at all related to what she's saying? But go ahead.
I'm not even referring to the men on set. When you make corn on the internet, when you do OF or whatever, other men are getting sexual gratification and jacking off to that content, regardless of if the guy you slept with in the video got hard or enjoyed it or not. And I don't know how any man with self-respect would be with that woman who has multiple men jacking off to their content.
Do you know men jack off to regular pictures on Instagram?
Yes, but they're not created with
It
that
doesn't
intent.
matter.
If
That
you are
means that they
deliberately
can
creating
literally
content with the
use
intent
any photo
of
or
sexually
video
gratifying
to
other men.
come. So it really doesn't matter how you're portraying
does
yourself
matter.
in
People-
certain instances.
okay.
No, it doesn't.
We
So-
can't
Let
govern
me
other
finish my
people's
point,
thoughts.
And then you can
Well,
understand
you,
why
you
I'm
cut me
pushing.
off, but I will let you.
No, you actually
I will let you finish your
and then
point.
I
I'll
was
I'll
responding.
pause.
I was responding to your statement.
No, you're actually speaking over me, but you can continue.
I wasn't.
Are you going to say the point?
I am if you allow me to. Thank you. So like I was saying, you do know that men do jack off to regular pictures, right?
Men
I
also
think you're
think
offended. I think
Yes.
you're offended.
No,
that
I'm not offended at
your
all. I'm
Instagram.
asking you, do you know that that's what they do?
I am aware that men
okay, then,
jack
so
off to
yes.
animals.
The answer
Okay.
is yes.
There you go.
But the answer is yes.
They do.
Right?
Just-
I'm asking you a question.
Yes,
The
but
answer-
I
Why you gotta bring
I feel like
animals
you are-
into this? Leave the
I
animals
just want you to answer
out
the
of this
question so I can tell you
conversation.
where I was going with it. That's all.
Okay, but I think you're personally taking offense because
No,
your
I'm
Instagram
not.
may be very promiscuous to the point where you're creating
not
content
really.
for men to consume in a sexual way.
I mean, if that's what they choose to do anyway.
But,
They could. I agree with
Right,
that.
that's
and
Her
You
only
can't
point
control-
is her
It's
only
okay.
point
I'm
is
just
that
gonna
they
let her-
still gonna do
I'm
it
gonna
on
let her
regular
finish,
people
'cause there's no
Instagram
point.
as
They're gonna
well.
do it in a better
There's
way.
really no,
Yeah.
you know,
That's
you
basically all
can.
that I was trying to say. Like the one part that she was saying, I was just trying to.
I
But I
understand
get
your
it.
point.
Yeah, that's all that I was saying.
There's a
I didn't want
complete
to argue
difference.
with anything else.
There's a complete difference between having an OF where you have sex with multiple men, masturbate, whatever,
But some
versus
girls
having an
don't do that,
Instagram
though.
account where you post pictures of yourselves picking flowers outside. There's a completely
Anybody
different.
They still
can
coming to you.
intent.
You're still coming to you.
I understand what you're saying about the intent, but that does not have anything to do with what somebody chooses to do regardless.
Yeah, but she's not saying it does.
I don't care.
She's
But
giving
other
that's
you.
what
people
I
do.
was telling you.
But why does that
what
matter?
you were saying does.
But she agrees.
That's what I'm saying.
You
to
cannot
you.
control. You cannot control what other people
Yeah,
do with
so
your
she
content.
agrees with that point.
You
That's
can,
what I'm
You
saying.
can control the type of content you create.
Absolutely.
And I think
I'm not
depending-
disagreeing with that at all.
I think depending on the type of content you create online, should 100% be a factor if a man has self-respect if he wants to be with you in a romantic relationship.
Okay, that's your opinion, and I
I don't
respect
really know why
Yes, that is what we're
self-respect
talking
has to
about.
be involved. Like, can't we just be a little bit less attacking? I'd like quite a
I thought you liked getting offended though.
personally. No, but I'm just well. See, I'm being offended, so I'm replying to you. So yes, I do like being offended, but I think it's sometimes self-respect's a bit of a jugular. There's going to be people. I don't know if people watch this who are men who have girls friends. Well, words English doing well. That people that watch this
Okay, people that watch the show who have girlfriends who do.
yes.
Well, if
don't
you
think
are
right
watching
from
this and you're a man and you're dating a woman who does OnlyFans or porn,
Yes.
and she has videos of herself online having sex with men,
He's going.
my personal advice would be to break up with her post haste. Merci beaucoup.
But why?
In my personal opinion,
It's just
Post-haste.
like, I think my boyfriends have respect.
let me. My
you mean your
opinion
two
is
boyfriends? One gets one hole, the other gets the other.
Who don't know about each other?
Yeah, they have respect.
They don't have.
Wow, hold on, I gotta send an asteroid on
But you started the podcast saying after they see this, they'll both probably dump me.
Yeah, Bobs.
Because they have enough self-respect to not want to be with someone who does what you're doing.
Yeah, one of them took the whole from the other one.
Mine was more about the fact that I don't think they're going to agree with.
about?
Oh, sorry. Mine was more. I think they probably aren't going to
I don't
agree
think
with
she needs
me.
to get
Where
close
I
to
think sharing.
Having 2 men.
Right.
Yeah, I think
About
that's.
cheating.
Here's the thing.
I just hope that they might just like my job because they know about my job already.
I think it's also sorry.
No, you
I think it's also a value, maybe a difference in value on relationships as well. Like if someone was dating 2 guys and announced it on a podcast with a ton of subscribers and knew that their boyfriends might see it and they didn't really care, which it doesn't seem like you do. I don't want to make that generalization, but if you're doing this, you don't care, then I don't think that the value in relationships is there to make that call.
Yeah, like, how much can you give a shit about these guys if that's, you know what I mean? That's what she's saying. How much could you possibly actually care about these guys if you're like, well, one has sex with my right hole, the other one with the left. They didn't even know about each other. Let me just let everybody and the whole world know that right now on this podcast.
Well, more people know about it. I've got a fucking massive mouth. I just talk. Sorry, I keep swearing. I do apologize.
You're so vulgar.
So why don't you just tell both
I'm
of
so
them
sorry.
about each other?
Hold on, I got.